In the heart of the Old Testament, in a place called Psalm 23, we find a verse that shines like a precious pearl in the sea of biblical teachings. It is Psalm 23:4, which reads as follows: "Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me." These words may seem simple at first glance, but within them lies astounding depth and transformative power. Let's explore this passage through a story that will help us better understand its meaning. Many years ago, in a village nestled amidst a picturesque mountain landscape, lived a shepherd named David. David was known throughout the region for his skill in tending to his flock of sheep and for his deep faith in God. Every morning he led his sheep through deep valleys and steep mountain paths without fear of any harm that might befall them. This village was surrounded by towering mountains, and a part of David's flock grazed in the highlands, while another part feasted on the lush green pastures in the valley. However, not far from the village, there stretched a deep and dark valley. The locals called it the Valley of the Shadow of Death. This name hinted at the dangers that lurked in those parts, including wild animals and treacherous narrow pathways. One day, during a fierce storm, David's flock found themselves caught in the Valley of the Shadow of Death. Torrential rain and lightning made them feel frightened and vulnerable. Yet, deep within, they knew that David was there with them. He had confidently and lovingly led them for many years, and now he was by their side in their time of peril. Every step on the slippery path felt like a defiance of the raging elements, but David pressed forward with determination, each step accompanied by thoughts and prayers to God. He showed no signs of fear or doubt. Instead, he possessed an inner calm that filled him with courage and reflected in his steadfast gaze. His flock looked up to him with trust. The sheep didn't understand David's words or thoughts, but they sensed the peace that radiated from his presence. That presence offered both people and animals around him a sense of security that transcended any storm. Despite the terrifying weather, David and his flock survived together. That experience deepened their bond even further. Whenever David thought back to that stormy day, he remembered the verse from Psalm 23:4. He knew that his true safety didn't come from his own strength, but from God's presence in his life. In Psalm 23, David identifies himself as a sheep and God as his shepherd. He describes how God guides, protects, and nourishes him, even in challenging circumstances. Verse 4 becomes a pinnacle of this psalm, emphasizing David's trust and faith in God even in the face of the darkest and most terrifying experience, the valley of the shadow of death. This is the profound message of the verse. Even in life's darkest and most threatening moments, we can find peace and courage in our faith. Like David, we can walk through the valleys of the shadow of death without fear, knowing that God is with us, guiding us, and comforting us. In conclusion, Psalm 23:4 is more than just a simple Bible verse. It is a wellspring of trust and courage in the midst of life's challenges. Through trust in God and awareness of His presence in our lives, we can find peace and security even in the darkest moments. This story of Shepherd David and his flock reminds us that trust and faith can shine brightest in adversity, just as a small light shines brightest in the dark. Psalm 23:4 encourages us not to fear, but to trust in God, who cares for us with eternal and unwavering love.
The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in right paths for His name's sake. Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord my whole life long.